I'm Brittany Guyot. On Retrospectives this week, Rob Smith joins us to talk about Dark Valley. In 2018, he and former Investigates producer Holly Moore investigated the disappearances of 5 women in the BC interior. You can find the full original story linked in the description of this video. Meanwhile, here's an update on what's happened since then, followed by our conversation with Rob. Dark Valley first aired in October 2018. Nearly 7 years later, in June 2025, the remains of Nicole Bell were found on a rural property in Salmon Arm, BC. In a statement, RCMP said investigators believe the primary suspect responsible for Bell's death is the same as that of Tracy Jeanneroux. They also said the suspect is now deceased, but that additional parties to the offense have not yet been ruled out. The RCMP did not name the suspect in their statement. The remains of Ashley Simpson have also since been found. Her boyfriend, Derek Favel, later pled guilty to second-degree murder in her death. Curtis Sagmoen died in April 2025, 2 months before Bell's remains were found. Between 2018 and his death, Sagmoen added to his extensive criminal record involving multiple acts of aggression and assault against sex trade workers. In 2020, after Sagmoen was released back into the community, RCMP took the rare step of publicly warning sex trade workers against accepting requests in the area where he lived. Again, RCMP did not name Sagmoen as a suspect in their statement regarding Bell's remains, nor did they name him as a suspect in Jeanneroux's death. With me now is Rob Smith. Thanks for joining us.
Hi there.
Can you tell us what happened while you and Holly were on the road for this story?
Well, it was definitely a learning experience for me. I really didn't know the mystery of what was happening in the interior of British Columbia at the time. I got to say, it was at first it was a very creepy feeling. There was nighttime shooting. We were in the wilds of, like I said, the interior. But then as the week went on, we got to meet more and more of the family. We met some of the sex trade workers who were living pretty hard. It became much more of a moving experience to be on that shoot.
And how did you feel while you were working on this story? Did you feel like you were safe?
There were, like I said, it was a bit creepy to start with. There was, we didn't quite make the final documentary, but there was, it was adjacent to the drug trade, it was adjacent to bike gangs, that kind of thing, as we were heading into these remote areas. And there was a definite feeling of the locals not wanting us around there. We got approached a number of times, questioned why we were there. At one point, the leader, Jody Leon, of the search party that we were following around, I got spooked by what she says is a flare gun going off and somebody on an ATV racing through the woods, and called us all off the mountain that day of the search. So there's a bit of frayed nerves to begin the week. But really, I don't think we were in any really unsafe situation. It was just a general overall feeling of creepiness because of the violence inherent in this story.
And what was it like talking to the families as they were searching?
That's when, as the week went on, that feeling of being in danger, being scared, being creeped out, changed towards a feeling of empathy and sadness for the family as we got to know more of the family. Ashley Simpson's father, John, really came across to me. I really related to him with his interview that we did. The fact that they came from all across the country on their own dime to walk through the bushes looking for their loved ones was very moving.
And is there anything else that comes to mind when you look back on this story?
And revisiting it all these years later, it gives me a feeling that the family didn't really get justice. So, where are they? Will they ever get answers? I certainly hope they do. But at this point, there will be no trial, and there will be at least with the person that they suspected was involved. So at this point, that was my feeling revisiting this excellent story. My heart really went out to the family.
Absolutely. Great work on this story. That's all the time we have for today, Rob.
Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you.